I want to hand over to Di Somerville, who is the founder of Regional PitchFest. So that's pretty awesome, and she's come all this way to tell us about it. So let's give Di a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tori, and thanks to TheSPACE for hosting the session. But first, I really want to get an idea of who you guys are. Is there anyone in here that has an idea? Just at idea stage? Yeah? Is anyone here that has an idea and is starting to do something about it? Yeah? Has anyone got to the stage of building an MVP? Is there anyone in the room that doesn't know what an MVP is? Yeah, it's a minimum viable product. Yeah. So it's basically the first cut of your business product or service that you put out to the market to test, to get really that feedback from the market to get it right before you go full hog and put your whole life into it. So is anyone at that stage where they're sort of trialing things, putting it out in the market? Cool. Okay, who's gone full hog? Who's like awesome? Who's quitting their day job like to do this now? That absolutely loves it. Yeah, sort of. Okay, awesome. And first of all, kudos to all of you guys, because I've been there and know what it takes. It takes a lot of guts and it takes a lot of passion, but the reward at the end is enormous. So a little bit about myself. I'm Di. I come from an area in New South Wales called the Riverina, near a town called Wagga Wagga, for those of you that know Wagga. Don't call it Wagga. I grew up in the regions. I ran away and joined the Navy in a hope that I would never get sent back to Wagga because there's no ocean there. And then I came back one weekend and met a farmer, and then married that farmer and had to give up the Navy to come back to be a farmer's wife. So that sort of screwed up my plans of being the first female chief of the Navy. So I had a great time in the services. It was absolutely brilliant and phenomenal. So I went back and I had a real struggle when I returned to the region as to where I fit into the region. And for anyone that's been away from the region and come back into the region, it is sometimes really difficult to do. So I've been through that challenge. It took a while for me to find my place, and I started a number of startups over the last sort of 4 years. From there, I went and I was really lucky to be exposed to the ecosystems in Sydney and Melbourne and Canberra, meet all these amazing entrepreneurs, and you're kind of like, oh, wow, they're like demigods and they're phenomenal, and wow, they're amazing. And you think, oh, you know, I really don't want to talk to them. I'm so nervous. And then you realise that they're just people like you or me. And I was really blown away by how giving these people were. They were genuine when they said, how can I help you? What can I do for you? How can I further your business? And that's really what the ecosystem is about. If you are not pulling someone up the rung as you take a step, then you know you're not in the game. So I had that really great experience. I came back to Wagga and I was like, well, this is a bit annoying. Like, what's out there in the region? And that started me looking around, pitching competitions. What was out there that was only targeting regional people? And there wasn't anything. So I went, what do you do? Well, got a problem. Find a solution. I created Regional PitchFest, and I ran the event in Wagga for my own community, and that was two-pronged. Those of you that are building a startup may find it difficult with family and friends because they really don't get it, right? And that's really lonely and really hard to not have a community that understands where you're trying to go. So one whole part of this was getting the community involved, getting the community to come to the event to see people get up on the stage and pitch their great business idea and learn from that experience and walk away going, you know what, I've got a great idea and I can do something about it just like they have. So it's really about educating the local community so the local community can then get around its local entrepreneurs. And the other was obviously providing a platform and opportunity for great regional ideas to be highlighted, to be given a bit of money to seed fund, but more importantly, probably be introduced to networks that they may not have access to. So I did that, and I worked for about 250 hours, and I made $470. And my cup was full, right? I had a uni student work part-time for 1 week, and the rest of it I did all on my own, as you do. And I was so satisfied seeing the people that made it to the final get up on the stage and the journey that they've taken from where they are, and I'll talk about some of them later. Absolutely phenomenal, and I just felt that I'd really done something to give back. Little did I know, Australia Post was sitting in the audience scouting the opportunity, and they rang me 2 weeks later and said, come and pitch PitchFest to the Chief Innovation Officer. Now, I won't lie, that was the first time I ever actually had to pitch, was to pitch PitchFest after I'd run competition, so go figure, right? I just ran a hackathon 2 weeks ago. I've never been to a hackathon, but I ran one. Anyway, it went really well. Why not push yourself, okay? So I went down there and I pitched PitchFest, shook hands, and their vision for where this needed to be really blew my mind. They said, right, this was in August last year. We need to scale this and we need to do it nationally. So here we are, sort of probably around, 6 months later, and applications close next Friday. And we're doing state-based finals in every state and territory across Australia. So we've opened applications to everyone in regional Australia. We want to get the top 5 from every state and region on stage in front of a local audience. So for Queensland, you guys, the state final is in Toowoomba. Who knows, I might be in Cairns next year, hoping. Pushing posts to say, wouldn't Cairns be great? You know, it's a beach in Cairns and fun stuff. Not
a lot of support up here.
Hey?
A lot of support.
A lot of support. This is it, you know.
There are crocodiles on the beaches.
Anyway, Toowoomba is the Queensland state final. And we have got some great judges, some local Queensland superstars like your Steve Baxter's as a judge. We've got Rebecca Burrows, who's the general manager of small business from Australia Post, is one of the judges. Lisa Jenkinson from KPMG, who's a Toowoomba local but a great successful corporate leader. And we've got a few others that are coming, and I think if you go on the website you'll be able to see. So I'm still learning the names and positions and titles of all 40 judges, because they are actually all different for every single state event. So what happens if you make the finals and you're in the top 40 across Australia? You'll get some great benefits. So wherever you live, you'll be flown and accommodated to the state final. You'll be flown and accommodated to a 3-day business immersion with the Melbourne Accelerator program in Melbourne. You'll get to go through some of the back ends of Post and see. It sounds a little bit boring, but it's absolutely phenomenal once you see it, is their full robotic system of their parcel sorting. It will spin your mind. But yeah, basically get the time to meet with potential investors. So that's one part of it. The other part is that there are going to be 40 amazing businesses from across regional Australia that are coming together to form the first regional cohort of startups that Australia's ever seen. And that's pretty bloody exciting, I think, because there's a lot of magic that will come in the cross-pollination from cohort to cohort and state to state, where we can start building, say, here in Cairns, have a relationship with the guys that are running similar stuff in Bunbury or Geraldton or Darwin, So there's some great opportunities for cross-pollination there. The winner of the state and territory-based event, so there'll be 8, will then be flown to the beautiful home of Regional PitchFest, Wagga Wagga. Aren't you lucky? No, you're all dying to get there. And they'll go on stage and pitch at the National Gala, which will be pretty remarkable. We've got, again, amazing judges. We've come on board with Springboard. For those of you that are aware of Springboard, if you're not, I would suggest looking into it. It's a pretty amazing program. They're pretty phenomenal. Anyway, sorry. The winner of the national program will actually get a fully funded trip to Silicon Valley with the Melbourne Accelerator program. They'll actually get introduced, and that will probably depend on the type of business that they are, to the people and I guess the different industries that they need to be introduced to. And a lot of it's a bit of I wouldn't say a jolly, but a lot of it is congratulations to making it to that point, but an opportunity for how you want to use it as a startup. So we're not saying that you have to go to the valley to be successful, because I don't believe that for 1 minute. I actually don't believe you need to leave your regional centre to be successful and build a globally successful business. But that sentiment varies from place to place. There is over $100,000 in prize money as well. There's one-on-one mentoring that our 8 national finalists will receive, and that'll be matched mentoring with some angel investors. So there's good opportunity there as well. So that's sort of where it came from and where we are now. Now, why am I in Cairns? So basically what we found is a lot of people think, oh yeah, great, an opportunity, there's some money, it can further my business or my idea and get me sort of the leg up that I need. But they self-select. And by that, I mean, they always have a reason as to why they can't. I'm too young. My ID is not good enough. I don't have a registered ABN. I'm a not-for-profit. All of these reasons that people go, oh, no, I'm not going to apply. So what we've found through our journey so far, and noting this is the first year that we've done it nationally, is that we actually have to get out on the ground and talk to the people. Hence, I'm here today. Post was in Launceston, and one of our national judges was in Byron today giving a session as well. So we're all around the country over the next 2 weeks doing these sessions, speaking to potential applicants to really fill you in on what the opportunity is and how easy it actually is to apply. And then, if you have any questions, to be here on hand to answer those questions for you. So that's why I'm here. And I also, we chose where we're going for these info sessions because we are looking at potential locations for next year's state-based finals as well, of which, like I said, I'm trying to push Cairns as hard as I can. So like I said, what is it? You have 5 minutes up on the stage to pitch your idea, Shark Tank style, although they're not sharks, they're Nemos, and I've told Steve that, but he cannot be a shark. It has to be a Nemo. He didn't like it very much. I think he's still going to be a shark. But you can't tell Steve, can you? So they'll take the stage, they'll do their 5-minute pitch, they'll have 5 minutes of questions from the judges, and then what happens is the audience actually get to vote. So the audience votes on their community choice, which is $1,500. Then the judges vote on the winner and runner-up, which is $3,500 and $5,000 respectively. Now that all happens after you've been to Melbourne and after you've been down to this, obviously flying down to the state final, which is all included. Now you don't have to go to Melbourne because again you don't have to leave your region to get great advice and support. And I think you've seen that just here before about what the SPACE offers. So don't feel like you have to go. It is an option if you would like to go as a finalist. So why enter? Anyone got a good reason as to why you should enter? No? Really?
Money.
Come on, money? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, just developing skills.
Skills? Yeah, sure.
Exposure.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. Yeah.
Real life is boring.
So, real life is boring. Yeah, totally. Sorry. It's free, it's easy, it's full of support. You've got nothing that you do will actually be wasted, and it's full of fun. And I hope I can show you that what I'm about is fun and what I'm about is the regions. So that's sort of the flavour of this event. It's not a corporate event. And that's, Australia Post fully support that and support me in running it the way that I want to run it. So really, you've got nothing to lose by doing it. The application form is really easy, but by going through that process, who's filled out applications for grants, for things like that? Yeah, it's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Really. But do you gain something from it? I think you do. It makes you articulate your product, your service, your product and market fit, what it is, how you're going to scale, who your customer is, like all of those things that helps you articulate that and get it clear in your head, so it's not wasted. Who here has done their pitch, their 1-minute video pitch? Who here can pitch in a minute what their business idea is? Yeah, sort of? Okay, if you don't have it yet and you're going to progress with your idea and you want to get in front of investors and you're going to network with people, you need to have that down pat. And that's something that this will help you get to that point where you practice it. You practice, you film yourself, and then you watch yourself back and go, oh my God, I really need to improve on that, right? So it's practice. It's giving you an opportunity to do that in a really safe and educational way. So I really can't see why you're not all applying. Anyway, so who should enter? Like I said, we are really try to be open to absolutely everyone. First year that we've done it, so we haven't gone, no, you have to be a product or a service that's in market. You have to be someone that's got an ABN. You can't be a not-for-profit. We've taken away all of those. We've said that you can be a person with a business idea. You can be an entrepreneur, an artisan. Does everyone know what an artisan is? Someone that makes something with their hands. So someone that sells a product at the market. You can be a team or an individual, doesn't matter. You can be a small business that's in the market, just doing something about your business in an innovative way and from the region. You can be a not-for-profit. You can be a student, you can be a parent, you can be a retiree, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're trying to be open to as many people as we can. And what we find is that we don't know what we don't know in the regions, so we really need to be inclusive to work that out. And me, for my passion, is that everything I do is I try to do it in an inclusive way. So I'll be fighting to keep it that way unless we get like hundreds of thousands of applicants. Then we might have to revisit that. So I'll just talk you through a few of the past winners. So we have had 2 events already last year that weren't involved in the national. They were sort of like the Wagga one, and then we did a trial event in Bendigo. The winner of the Wagga event was a 13-year-old high school student. I didn't have an independent thought when I was 13, let alone start my second business like he was. He's now on to his 3rd. And he had a 3D printing and robotics business. And it was pretty amazing. Do you guys, does anyone in the room know Slingshot? I've heard of Slingshot and Trent Bagnall. It's one of the guys from Slingshot. He was one of our judges in the Wagga event, and he was blown away. I think he came to the region thinking, here we go, you know, have they all got their teeth? Is there running water? You know, and he walked away absolutely delighted and surprised, I believe. I think there's, you know, there's great opportunities to wow people and send that message back into the metro ecosystems of how amazing the stuff we've got going on is, because it is pretty special what people in the region are doing. We also had 2 guys from Mount Beauty, which is a place up near Mount Hotham in Victoria. One's an ex-panel beater and one's an ex-cartoonist. And they decided, oh, come here. They decided they'd build a golfing app, as you do. Neither of them had no idea about building apps or starting a business in that respect. But they chipped away at it. They pitched, they were runners up, and they actually got picked up by a PGA Golf Tour end of last year, and have now scaled right throughout the US, which is pretty amazing for 2 guys from Mount Beauty. We've had not-for-profits pitch before, so we've had a wall-to-wall subscription service for a local arts community group, so it allows them to get their artwork up on the walls in doctors' surgeries and the hospitals around the place. So the local artwork is on display, and the organisations actually lease the artwork whilst it's up on the wall. They rent out their wall space per se, which is a really clever way. So that got picked up by both our private and public hospitals in Wagga, which was pretty amazing for them. So now our hospitals are full of local artwork, which is really, really cool. That gets changed over every month. So, yeah, so we've had developers, we've had inventors, we've had people with a product. So I don't know if anyone saw our Bendigo winner, the cooler bag lady, with her patented ladies cooler bag, which was something completely different, right? It's not what you always expect. You're expecting some mad app, some great SaaS like software as a service, or you know, something really techy. It doesn't always have to be. But for those that do have a tech product, you're welcome as well. Like I said, we've had apps, we've had 3D printers and designers and developers as well. So this is a little bit about who we've had in the past, and who, I guess, well, trying to explain that we're trying to welcome everyone. So who's actually gone to the website? Yeah? Who's actually gone to the apply page? Yeah? Okay, it's pretty easy. It's like follow the bouncing ball, yeah? Click here, click apply, yep. The first thing you've got to do is test your postcode. So we did it by postcodes, wonder why, to work out whether you're regional or not. Now this is a really big bone of contention, and what I say, if your postcode comes up and states that you're not regional for whatever reason, write an email to the email address and put your reasoning as to why you should be included. Not such an issue up here, but issues in other areas that they believe they are regional. So we're willing to look at, you know, their reasons as to why they believe they should be included and take it from there. Then if you get through that barrier, you're right to go. So you fill out your application form, you attach a photo and a bio. So with our photo and bio for our 40 finalists, we will have a single program that will be used at every single event across the nation. And in that program, we'll have the 40 finalists' bios and pictures. So it's a great opportunity for you to spread your business nationally in one shot. So, and we're having between 200 and 300 people at every single event across the nation. So again, another really good reach and getting your story out there as well, because often people's story is just as engaging as their idea or their product. So, and then you have to attach a short video pitch. So this comes down to the 1 minute video pitch, right? Yeah, okay, when you make it to the final and get up on the stage, you have to pitch for 5 minutes. But this is about 1 minute of explaining about you, about your business. Give us a taste of your character. Are you the type of person that would get up on the stage and sell your idea really well? And would you, make the most of that opportunity? And that's really what we're looking for in that 1 minute pitch, is a taste of who you are and really see that passion shine through.
Excuse me, Joy,
Yes.
is 1 minute 60 seconds or is it under 2 minutes?
1 minute is 60 seconds.
Okay.
1 minute is 60 seconds.
Just
Yes.
checking.
Yes. And if you try to go over, you probably won't be able to load it up because of the size. Yeah. Now, if you're an absolute technical muppet like I am, and I really am, there is a troubleshooting page which they tested on me, so I know it works. It's all good. And then if you really struggle, like I did, you can actually call a technical support number there as well. So there's lots of support to help you through that application process. Last thing you've got to do is hit enter. Right. So I'll just do a little blurb about our video. You only have 60 seconds to sell us why you should progress through to the state final. Our judges are looking for a clearly articulated problem or solution and how your business is going to address it and grow. The key is rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Yeah? So, like I said, check out the frequently asked questions on the website, go to the troubleshooting page, there's photo and video support, and as always, you can always ask your local space or the space here. I think if you would like that sort of support or help or whatnot, especially if you're not a member and you didn't know that this place actually exists, and it is really made for people that are building out their ideas. So that's sort of the wrap on what this is.
I got inspired on Saturday morning by a video highlighting just how unhealthy we all are. The secret to good health is really nutritious, fresh food. And we've taken it upon ourselves to provide that with technology. Community groups or well-minded people can provide direct links between consumers and producers, or producers to consumers of these products. We use a barcode system, an app system to recognise the product and exchange some kind of compensation for the product from the producer and the consumer at convenient locations for both.
Awesome. Well done. And have you built it out yet? Where are you at? Like, what stage are you at?
Oh, it's changed from yesterday to today.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. No,
we'll
well
have
done.
it ready by next week.
Wow. Can you tell me who your dev team is?
We've worked that location. Somebody looked at video, and
We purchased half the gear.
Yeah.
We found a space for the first one, and we're just ready to deck it out the next one.
we have at least 3 passionate participants.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well done. Yes.
The 1 minute pitch.
Yes.
One person, the whole team.
Whatever you like.
Oh.
Yeah. So some people have actually had YouTube videos and they've put their YouTube video up as their 1 minute pitch that explained their product. So it's completely up to you, whatever can really demonstrate those few things. Yep.
Is it a full pitch also making a request for investors and what type of investment, or is it more
Not
just
for the 1
problem
minute.
solution?
Not for the 1 minute. It's more
Yeah.
about the problem solution for the 1 minute. Yeah. When you get up on the stage for the 5
Of
minutes,
course, yeah.
absolutely, you have to have your why and what you want
Yeah.
and how, basically what your point is. So, yes, our judges, most of our judges are angel investors, but they're not there to do a Shark Tank and take an equity stake in your business. They are there to judge on a
Yeah.
cash prize and other prizes, but it's not saying that they won't find your idea and go, wow, we need to talk later.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth having that in your pitch when you do the 5 minute one for the start. Okay, so applications close on the 28th of April, which is next Friday at midnight. So you haven't got long. From that, all the shortlisting will take place and the finalists will be announced on the 8th of May. So not very long now. Yeah, there's a big team doing it. So once we have our 40 finalists, the Melbourne program, when you go down to Melbourne, will be the last 3 days in May, I believe. And then the first event is the 8th of June, which is Ballarat. Sorry, I have to think it through. And then we do one event a week for 8 weeks straight. Now you're going to ask me when the Toowoomba event. Toowoomba's the 27th of June. It's on a Tuesday evening. And the National Gala is on the 18th of August. So the reason we're doing the state final so close together, like one a week for 8 weeks straight, is because we need to keep the momentum. There's nothing worse than putting an idea forward and then not hearing for 6 months if you're actually going to get anywhere with it. So as best as we've been able to do from a logistics perspective and doing it as a national program, we've tried to condense that time frame as best possible.
Hello, Di, welcome everybody. My name is Charlie, and I'm one of the co-founders of a North Queensland business called Bog Out. We believe in enabling people to safely and practically take themselves off-road so they can go fishing, camping, and generally explore this beautiful country that we've got. And our story began when my husband was heavily bogged on the way up to Cape York. His troopy needed to reverse out, the front mounted winch was inoperable, and it was raining. The creek nearby full of crocodiles that the waters would start to rise. So as he watched the wheels turning, he suddenly realised that if he could use the power of his engine and harness that power, he could get himself out of the bog. And this is when we invented Bog Out. It's a rope harness that's designed to capture the wheel. How it works is you simply tie one end through your wheel, secure the other end to something strong. Yep.
I'm on now.
Okay.
Please finish.
So yeah, you just secure the other end, and then your engine will do the work. And the beauty of our product is that what we found was no single product in the four-wheel drive recovery systems that exist worked in every situation. And we've invented something that's a 99% recovery solution. It works forwards or backwards. It doesn't need a secondary vehicle to get you out. It's lightweight, compact. It's, you can fit under your seat or a glove box. And, this will work on any vehicle all around the world. And so we've got a global solution to, the problem of getting bogged. And we use Australian Post to ship our product. And a 3 kilo bag is on MVP. And we're just trying to, we're trying to get our system out there. It's manufactured just here in Cairns. So thank you very much.
Well done.
So you know how in retail sometimes you've got really great staff, you've got a lot of average staff, and you've got some staff down the bottom. Well, what we do is we interview the top performing staff. We find out their methods that are working in your market, in your culture. We create animated and role-playing 90-second videos, and then we train the remainder of your staff in high repetition using our patented voice-operated software. In fact, we just had a client a few weeks ago. They increased the KPI by 275% in just a few weeks using voice data.
Well done.
Hello everyone, for those that don't know me, I'm Fiona, and I started my business out of guilt, basically. I've got a company called Cherry Gift, and what we do is SMS gift vouchers. So who hasn't forgotten a birthday? Friends, family, local, interstate. Basically Cherry Gift is we have businesses registered with us. You can jump onto the website, you can buy a gift voucher for any one of our businesses, and it gets sent via text message. The other option is you can actually buy a Cherry Gift voucher. So if you still don't know what to buy that person, they can buy a Cherry Gift voucher and they can use it with anyone that's actually redeemed, that's registered with us. So, thank you.
Food co-ops are a fantastic idea. They get farm produce to the user with the least miles and the cheapest way possible. The problem is, it's very difficult. How difficult was it to find a ride before Uber turned up? How difficult was it to find a bed or share a bed before Airbnb turned up? What we want to do is we're going to leverage the internet to make it as easy as setting up an Airbnb bed for a food co-op.
Nice. Well done. And it's such a great strategy that you use there too, with it's like this, but this. And people can then go, visualize that. Yeah, I get it, right? Yeah.
Is there a database of pitch winners somewhere that I can tap into?
That's what I was going to say.
That's what I'm looking for. I
Yeah.
spoke to Daniel Langberg in Adelaide. He's got a really cool company called EcoDaddy.
Yep.
And he was brilliant. It was
Yep.
a lot of fun. I'm thinking of making a little webisode thing out of it just for my company, and because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
talk to these people. So yeah.
Sure. Yeah, let's talk after, for sure. There is online on our website. You can actually go in and watch all the previous pitches, watch the live videos. For those of you that haven't gone onto the website, it's regionalpitchfest.com, and you'll find that resource there. There's also access to a Pitch Perfect tutorial that's been put together, and that's been put together by Nicole Kirsch, who has exited from her startup, but has done a lot of pitching, and she's done that in consultation with Silicon Paddock, and Silicon Paddock is a sister business of Startup Daily. So sorry, it's a little bit long-winded, isn't it? But basically those guys talk to startups 4 or 5 times every day and hear the pitches, and they've put together that video. So that may be a really good one to start with as well. But I can definitely put you in touch with some people, and the website is probably another really good avenue. And for anyone that's looking too, you know, it gives you an idea that we're not looking for that Shark Tank. Well, I mean, if you have a Shark Tank quality pitch, like brilliant, but don't discount yourself. Don't discount yourself if you're not at that level. Have a go, have a crack. Seriously, what have you got to lose?
Can I just add to that?
Yes.
I was recently a guest of the Myriad down in Brisbane.
Yep.
And don't know how I happened to be in this particular presentation, and one chap, it was about pitches, and there was a journalist who was present videoing a lot of pitches, and eventually went back and studied, don't ask me who it is, but he went back and studied what were the winning pitches, and he came back with 3 main things, but 2 things that aren't part of the 3 was, one was be prepared to stop and pause, take time occasionally, and even though you're in a hurry. One was to highlight the problem, the next one was why you're the person to solve the problem, and the third point is, and please don't use this one because we're going to use it ourselves, inspire people. That was it. That was all, and that was like, wow, even I can do a pitch now. I mean, I can't, but